What if I told you that half of the style rules that you're following to look taller and slimmer and younger might actually be working against you? Today, I'm going to put 7 of the most common style mistakes to the test with side-by-side comparisons. And I want you guys to be the judge to determine whether you think these rules are actually serving us or if they're just limiting our personal style. So let's go ahead and get into it. Through all of these comparisons, I'm always going to start with the style mistake, and then we'll show what the rule looks like, compare them side by side, and see what we think. So I'm curious which one of these 7 examples you guys think is the most impactful when you see them side by side. The first mistake, style mistake, that we're going to talk about is wearing lighter colors on the bottom and darker colors on top. The rule is when you wear darker on the bottom, it's supposed to give a longer and slimmer effect. So you're seeing me here in a light colored pair of pants, almost white, with a black top. Now I'm going to show you me with a dark pair of pants, a black pair of pants with a white shirt. So just opposite of the mistake that I showed you. So you're seeing them here side by side. I'm curious what you think. To me, the black pants do give a slight slimming effect, but I don't think that it's making me look any longer, any taller, anything like that. So yeah, I do think it does give a slightly slimming effect, but I think this is highly subjective, just depending on preference, body type, what you like to wear. So that's number 1. Style mistake number 2. Petite women should not wear wide leg jeans because they make us look shorter and bigger. So you're seeing me here in a pair of wide leg jeans. I have a black top on top, and then I'm going to show you me in a skinny jean, or it's the skinniest jean that I actually own. But you can see the difference side by side. What do you guys think? To me, the skinny jean actually accentuates my hips, which are the biggest part of my body. I actually like the wide leg look better. I think it balances out the proportions much better, and I would argue that it makes me look slightly leaner, but I think that's just the effect of the jeans just balancing everything out. So which one do you guys like better? I'm very curious if you like the skinny jean look better or if you like that wide leg version better. Style mistake number 3 is to never cut yourself in half, meaning you should always dress in thirds. So in the first example, I'm showing you a pair of jeans. I have an untucked sleeveless top on. You could call this cutting me in half because the shirt is taking up about half of my frame, as is the jeans. Now we can compare it to what that looks like with my shirt tucked in, thus creating that 2/3 effect where the top of me is 1/3 and the bottom half is 2/3. Supposed to make me look longer, taller, and I will not disagree, my legs definitely look longer in the 2/3 look. Now, depending on your goals for this outfit, if you want your legs to look longer, this is a way to do it. However, with that, I will say I don't think that the shirt left untucked looks bad either. I don't think the 2/3 effect makes me look any taller. It does make my legs look longer, but it does not make me look taller. I would argue that both of these outfits look great, and I would wear them both ways. Again, we're coming down to preferences and what your goal is, your intention is for this outfit. Style mistake number 4, this is gonna be one you've heard many, many times, is do not wear capri pants because they cut your leg off and make you look shorter. So if you're seeing me here, I don't actually have a pair of capri pants, so I just had to pretend and roll a pair up. So you'll see it is hitting me at the widest part of my calf. And then you can compare that to more of an ankle pant, which is just those same pants rolled down to where they should be hitting. So you can see the difference, and I definitely agree it makes the legs look shorter. It's not a very flattering look. It just looks, mostly to me, what looks so bad about it, it just looks like a dated look. But definitely agree that an ankle pant is far better than a capri pant, because not only does it cut your leg off, it's dated and it's kind of aging, and it's just not a very flattering look. I also want to note on this again that I don't think the capris make me look shorter, they just make my legs look shorter. Mistake number 5 is not following the sandwich method of dressing, which is basically matching your top to your shoes. It's supposed to create a more cohesive and balanced look. It's supposed to be very flattering. So you're seeing me here, I'm not following the sandwich method. I have on kind of a neutral shoe with the pants and the shoes do not match my black top. So if you follow that rule, here's what it looks like. You see my black loafers, they match my black sweater, and I think this might be unanimous in that this is not a very flattering look because it doesn't create cohesiveness, it doesn't flatter. All it really does is make your eyes focus down on your shoe, which we all know that's not the goal. So it could look a little bit better. Maybe I put it intentional, like heavy shoe with this and in a loafer. It could look a little bit better if it was just like a black summer slide. I don't think it would be terrible, but just goes to show you that, you know, not only the color, but also what you're styling, like what you're choosing to style with your outfit. Like a heavy shoe is definitely going to drag it down. You maybe want to choose just something a little bit lighter and more subtle than that heavy shoe. So there's a lot of gray in actually all of these style mistakes and style rules, because it depends so widely on how you're styling, what your skin tone is, what your preferences are, you know, what your goals are. Style mistake number 6 is wearing large, colorful, bold prints. These overwhelm us, they make us look older, they make us look dated. So you're seeing that here. This is the kind of the most bold pattern I actually had in my closet, so this is gonna have to do. I'm gonna compare it to just a solid color dress. Both of these dresses, I wouldn't say are, you know, the shape of them are not the most flattering, but try to just focus on the print and the solid. So I think the print really depends. I personally don't own a lot of prints. I think there's some that are subtle and that can be okay. It's very subjective, just like all of these rules. So this one was not as obvious to me in the picture. And again, it could be because that print is not super loud, but just to show the comparison of two, because this one I've heard a lot lately, and I don't disagree. Again, I just think it depends on the print and, you know, kind of how you're styling it. Style mistake number 7 is when a woman is of a certain age, you should not wear black near your face, or you should avoid wearing black near your face. It ages you, it washes you out, it's not great for your skin tone. So here is me in somewhat of a close-up in black. So you see that there, and now compare it. I changed the tank top to a warmer, earthy tone color. I'm real curious what you guys think of this. I would argue that I look better in the black. Now, this varies and is so subjective to your skin tone. I'm a neutral, so I truly, or at least I think I can, wear cool colors and warm colors. Warm colors probably complement me a little bit more, but I would argue that the black, I look better in the black. So I'm very curious what you guys think. Did you see a stark difference or an immediate difference between the black and the brown? Let me know down in the comments, I'm really curious. I like the black better. So out of all of these 7 style mistakes, style rules, was there one that really jumped out at you? Was there one that you felt was super impactful, especially after you saw the side-by-sides? Let me know down below. I'm very curious what you think, and I think it'll be fun for everybody to read everybody's opinions on this. But as with everything, as with all of these style rules, all of them depend so much on the goals that you're trying to achieve with your look. It depends on your skin tone. It depends on your body shape. It depends on how you style things and what you're styling them with. So All of these style rules really are just merely suggestions. They're not rules that you have to follow no matter what, or you're not going to look nice and put together. So keep that in mind when you hear all of these style rules, that it is a suggestion. And if there's an event or an occasion that maybe you want to look taller or slimmer or whatever, then maybe you can put a few of these style rules into place. But we're all too busy and have too many other important things going on in our lives to get dressed and check off every style rule to make sure we're following it. On a given day, wear what you love and you feel comfortable in. So I hope this was fun. I hope it was meant to be kind of a fun exercise in all of these style rules that we hear every single day. Again, let me know down in the comments what you guys think, what was the most impactful, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss any petite content. And if you liked this style of video, please give me a thumbs up so I know to make more of them. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Have a great week, everybody.